Hello and welcome to Sacramento Justice League's series on criminal record review and expungement. This video is about understanding a criminal record report and filing forms in Sacramento County to expunge a conviction. First, a few disclaimers. Nothing in this video should be interpreted to constitute the formation of an attorney-client relationship. This video is not intended as legal advice, it simply provides legal information. For specific questions about your situation, please contact your local public defender or you can contact us. Contact information is in the description below. This video highlights procedures specific to Sacramento County. For information specific to a different county, you should contact your local public defender in that county or the legal aid office there. And finally, laws change frequently and are subject to differing interpretations. It's your responsibility to make sure that the law has not changed and that it still applies to your particular situation. In this video, we'll introduce Sacramento Justice League. We'll talk about what a criminal expungement is and what it isn't. We'll talk about how you can read your criminal record report, and then how you can petition the Sacramento court to expunge your criminal conviction. You may also want to look at other videos in this series, getting a rap sheet in case you don't have your criminal record report yet. And also, if you know that you're not eligible for expungement, how to obtain a certificate of rehabilitation or a governor's pardon. What is Sacramento Justice League? Sacramento Justice League is located in Sacramento, California. We offer the community free or low-cost legal services. We're a team of attorneys and other advocates, and we're here to provide legal services to the community regardless of an individual's ability to pay. We offer legal clinics on a sliding fee scale depending on one's income, and many of our clients qualify for free counsel. We offer legal clinics and one-on-one legal advice for a variety of legal issues, including family law, such as divorce, child custody or support, adoptions, domestic violence restraining orders. We offer services for name changes or birth certificate changes, for criminal expungement, credit and debt relief, bankruptcy, immigration issues, and landlord-tenant issues. Now let's turn to expunging a criminal conviction. The primary benefit of expungement is to help a formerly incarcerated individual avoid employment discrimination. The Labor Code makes it illegal for an employer to ask about a judicially dismissed, another way of saying expunged, conviction in the hiring process. However, landlords can still use expunged convictions against a potential tenant, and state licensing agencies and law enforcement can deny employment based on an expunged conviction. Let's talk about how you can determine what conviction can be dismissed. A conviction can qualify for expungement if you did not spend any time in prison for the offense, you completed any term of supervision for the offense, such as probation, and you are not currently charged with serving a sentence for or on a term of supervision for a different crime. You should note that certain convictions are never eligible for expungement, such as violent felonies and certain vehicle code violations. So if you spent time in prison or jail for a felony under realignment, you may still be eligible for a certificate of rehabilitation. You can see that video for more information about that relief. As discussed in the How to Get a Rep Sheet video, you can get a criminal record report from the Sacramento Court's website or from the Department of Justice. If you don't yet have your report, see that video for more information. The reports look different, so let's take a look at each. First, let's look at the Sacramento Court website. Once you're logged into your file using either your case number or your name, you can look at all the details of that case. You can also know your XREF or cross-reference number. This will allow you or an attorney to quickly find your file again without the dollar charge, and will allow you to see any other cases where you were the defendant. You can scroll down to Charge Dispositions to see the criminal or other code you are convicted of violating. Here, VC means Vehicle Code. Other common code sections are the Penal Code or the Health and Safety Code. Note that this defendant pled no contest to the charge. Note the date of the conviction and the classification of the offense. The defendant was sentenced to 10 days in jail and a 4-year term of informal probation. You can print this page using the print function from the browser menu at the top of the page. The rap sheet, or records of arrests and prosecutions, which you can get from the Department of Justice, is a little less user-friendly, but it can still be read with some attention to detail. The rap sheet should show a record of each arrest as it does here. The date is listed by the year, month, and day with no spaces. It shows the code violations and the county where the arrest occurred. Note that the booking number will be different than the court case number. Also note the stars or dashes that show the start and finish of an entry. This section shows the court information, including the case number, the disposition, and the sentencing information. You'll need all that information to determine whether expungement is available and to fill out the form for expungement. Here, the defendant was convicted of a felony burglary on June 30th, 2017, and was sentenced to 6 months jail and 3 years probation. Because he wasn't sentenced to prison, this conviction is eligible for reduction to a misdemeanor and dismissal. Again, note the stars that separate entries. Once you've gathered the case information from the case file or your rap sheet, you then need to complete forms that you'll submit to the county court. The link in the description will lead you to a document with instructions and forms for a fee waiver and expungement. First, a note on the cost to expunge a record. While there isn't a filing fee, the court still imposes an administrative processing cost that you need to pay when you file your forms. Note that you can clear multiple convictions if they are part of the same case, but you do have to pay a fee for each case you want cleared. If no probation was granted, then the cost would be $60, but if you did serve probation, the cost is $120. However, if you're low income, you might be eligible for a fee waiver. Unfortunately, Sacramento has not been very generous about these kinds of fee waivers. The Sacramento County fee waiver is a 3-page form. On the first page, you'll need to list yourself and everyone you live with, along with any public benefits you receive. On the second page, you have to list the income and expenses for everyone in your household. You're also required to attach proof of income for everyone. On the third page, you have to list your assets as well as any other expenses and again attach proof for the court. You also must tell the court if you expect to find employment in the next 6 months and attest that all the information you provide is true. Now let's talk about the expungement forms. At a minimum, you'll need to fill out CR 180, the petition for dismissal, where you give the court the details of your conviction and attest that you have completed your sentence, and CR 181, where the court indicates that it grants or denies your petition. If you haven't finished your sentence, you'll also need to fill out an additional form, which we'll talk about in a bit. The petition for dismissal is a 2-page form. The first page requires your case information, and the rest of the document asks you to check the appropriate reason why the court should dismiss your conviction. The top half of the form asks for your personal information, including your name, address, phone number, and driver license. Where it says attorney for, put your name and in pro per, which means you're representing yourself. Also put in your birth date. You'll then need to put in the information you got from your rap sheet or the court website. Under the People of the State of California versus Defendant, put your name as it appeared in the court file. Put in the case number, and check the box that says you are the defendant in the case. Put the date you were convicted. The next section asks for the crime for which you were convicted. The offense is the name of the crime, which doesn't need to be exact. The code is where it is found in state statute. As mentioned, this will likely be PC for Penal Code, VC for Vehicle Code, or HSC for Health and Safety Code. The section is the specific number of the code. Note whether it was an infraction, misdemeanor, or felony. If your offense could have been charged as a misdemeanor, but you were convicted of a felony, which is often called a wobbler, you can check the box under 17B. The rest of the form lets you first tell the court why it should dismiss your conviction, and then what you want the court to do for you. If you have completed all the terms of your sentence, you've served your time, successfully completed probation, and paid any fines or fees, you can check Box 2 and Box A. If you haven't completed probation but can explain why an expungement now would help you get a job in the near future, you can check C. You'll need to attach your explanation to your petition. While checking boxes 2 and A are the most straightforward, one of the other choices may apply to your case. If you're not sure, this would be a good time to reach out to Sacramento Justice League or the Public Defender's Office. You'll need to put your name and your case number at the top of the next page. There are also other situations that may apply to your case, which we won't go into here. The last checkboxes instruct the court what it should do. It is important to check boxes 7 through 9 to match the information you gave above. If you have a felony that can be reduced to a misdemeanor, check 7. If you completed your sentence and probation, check 9. Then the first box, 1203.4. If you have questions, reach out to an attorney. Finally, you put today's date and sign your name to attest that everything you said on the form is truthful. The next form, the order for dismissal, is also a 2-page form. This one is easier to fill out. You put the same contact information you put into Form CR 180 at the top, and put your name and case number at the top of page 2, but leave the rest of the form blank. The court will fill in the rest. If you are in the rare circumstance where you are still on probation but need to have it terminated early to take advantage of a job opportunity, you will also need to fill out the CR9 form. This form requires much of the same information as the CR 180 form. Remember that the court will not grant early termination without a good reason, so you need to attach the declaration form or other evidence of your good behavior and need for early termination. The declaration form is called MC-031, and you can find a link to it in the description. Now let's talk about submitting the forms to the courthouse. Before you take them, you'll need to prepare them. You need to make 5 photocopies of your CR 180, CR 181, and CR 9 if you need one, for a total of 6. The court will give you a date-stamped copy when you drop them off, and will mail you a second copy after it makes its decision, so long as you paperclip a self-addressed stamped envelope to it. If you don't include the envelope with a stamp and your address on it, the court will charge you $25 plus 50 cents per page to verify your expungement. You may also want to bring an extra copy of your fee waiver, one for you and one for the court. You should note that all of the documents should be 2-hole punched at the top. After you submit your forms, you'll need to wait for the court to make its decision. If the conviction you want expunged is a misdemeanor, you won't need to appear before the court. So long as you included a stamped envelope with your address on it, the court will send you its decision. However, if you are expunging a felony, the court will schedule a hearing. Contact Sacramento Justice League or the Public Defender for assistance in preparing for your hearing. After 90 days, you can check on the progress of your case at the court's website. That's all for this video on reading your criminal record report and filing a petition for expungement. If you still need your rap sheet, check out the first video in this series, How to Get a Rap Sheet. However, if your conviction is not eligible for expungement, check out the next video in this series, How to Get a Certificate of Rehabilitation and a Governor's Pardon. If you have any other questions, we hope you'll reach out to us by phone, at our website, or by email. We also have a physical address, but we hope that you'll set an appointment before coming by. And special thanks to the Sacramento Law Library, who provided guidance on how to properly fill out the court forms used in this video. The library is a practice library, providing a wealth of physical and online materials for attorneys and the public. A team of highly skilled staff is available to answer questions and provide legal resources for visitors. They are located across the street from the Superior Court in downtown Sacramento. Check out their website at the description below. Finally, we hope you found this video helpful, and we wish you the best of luck in cleaning your criminal record.